What's up, Bounty Villains? It's your boy Josh Brownie here, and before we start this video, I want you guys to make sure you guys smash the like button, sub to the channel if you're not already subbed. But before we get into the video, as you guys can see, this is another passport bro hater that just has to make up every single excuse because she's noticing that men are leaving the United States. So let's get right into it and let's dissect this.
Man, these passport bros are some fucking losers. Like, you don't have to leave America to get a foreigner. Foreigners are constantly coming in, and y'all feel the need to travel thousands of miles to get some pussy? You're a fucking loser. You're an incel fucking loser. Like, that's what y'all are. And y'all claim y'all want a traditional woman. There are plenty of women in America that want to be traditional. The problem is the average guy cannot afford to take care of the whole family unit. I'm talking about wife included. Y'all can't afford to take care of the whole family, so the wife can just be a mother and a caretaker. A caretaker, mother, and a homemaker, I meant. Y'all don't make enough. Especially the average black man. The average black man cannot afford a traditional woman. Cannot afford a traditional woman. So, like, a lot of you guys out there in the fucking Manosphere sector are a bunch of delusional incels, pretty much.
Oh, my heart. The shaming tactics. Guys, this is all they have. All they have is shaming tactics, saying, how come you have to leave the United States with your money and go somewhere else? Why can't you just let the women that from other ethnic groups and other countries come into the United States? It's because we don't want their indoctrinated asses because they end up like you. Why run that risk? See, women want you to be not risk tolerant whatsoever. They want you to just shake up, kiss, roll the dice, and bet on dealing with women here in the West. Not gonna happen.
Like, if we bring up the statistics, you will see most black men are not in the top 25% of top earner or whatever. Like,
yep, this is more proof that you don't know what the hell you're talking about, because if you were smart, you would know that the top 25% is around $50,000, $60,000. Kevin Samuels actually talked about this, so she makes no sense. That guy's making that amount. I bet you she doesn't even know the top 1 to 10% of men and what they make. She probably doesn't even know the percentage of men who make over $100,000. And that's not just including men, that's including women, gay men, lesbians, everybody. It's a very small percentage, but this is how you know these women don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're just upset because men are taking the money that they complain is not enough and they're going overseas. But let's continue, man. This is making me laugh.
Most of y'all are not even Henrys. Y'all are not even high earners. Like, most black men in the South where I stay make about 40 to 50,000 a year. Barely enough to take care of a family of 3. Okay? So, yeah. How the system is set up, the woman just has to work. If the man, the man makes about, under 75K. And you can't be a traditional wife and mother. Like, more than anything, I would love to stay home with my kids. I do not want my kids going to public school. But sadly, the man I'm with can't afford that life.
Yeah, but who picked the man? You. That's your personal problem. That has nothing to do with anybody else. You didn't have to pick the man that, was making you work and you guys can't make ends meet. The thing is, the problem is you can only attract and attain and retain those type of guys. But deep down, that dude is probably, when he says he's going to work, he's probably slaying the dragon somewhere else on another chick. Yes, even guys that make a certain amount of money, even if it's 30, 40, 50K in the South that you live in, they're probably smashing other chicks too. But the thing is, you mentioned that the 75K was not enough. This is how I know you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You just talked about most men are not in the top 25% of earners. Well, newsflash, you ridiculous woman. If you're making 75K, you're well over that. You're probably closer to the 15% projectile of top earners in the United States. This is how I know, man, this woman is low IQ. She makes absolutely no sense. She's just mumbling and jumbling up words and smashing things and sponging up all this information, soaking it up and trying to sound intelligent when she makes absolutely no sense. This is why guys don't take you serious. This is why guys go overseas. And this is why if a guy is at least making 75K, it would be in his best interest not to lose that money to a hair-headed hooligan like yourself, but to actually get a passport and go overseas. God, man, I know you're losing brain cells, but stick in there. We're almost done. Let's keep going.
So I have to work, okay? Or come up with something, some creative hustle so I can get the fuck out of the factory. But y'all love this fucking system based on money, based on fiat currency. Y'all love this fucking backwards system. None of y'all are trying to tear this shit down. So, yeah, this is how it is. Like, the Rockefellers and the Gates family and all these, Jesuits that pretty much created the American corporation. They got it set up to where poor people don't raise their children. Your children are being raised by outsiders, like the school system. I mean, most of our time goes to a corporation to work, enslave. So, yeah.
No, you love this fiat system. No, you're the one that complains about it. Men that are making $50,000, $40,000, $60,000, those dudes are not complaining. Those dudes are overseas right now with a baddie. And if they have a remote job or a job where they can be digital nomads and they can travel, they're really not giving a shit about what you're saying. Women, modern women, are the ones that won't go out and destroy the system. Why don't you do it? You care more, or seem to care more, about this money situation and men making certain amounts of money and not traveling and going overseas than any of these men that you're talking about. So this is not a us problem. This is a you problem. So you break the walls down like Chris Jericho's old theme song in WWF. You go ahead and fight back and tear down this whole fiat currency thing, and you do this. But no, you want to sit around and complain, and then your life decisions show that you cannot attract or attain the type of men that you want. But guess what's happening? More men are leaving, and that makes you mad. So that makes and activates the, shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. It's absolutely ridiculous what these women do with this sign language.
It's like these passport bros don't watch 90 Day Fiancé. 90 Day Fiancé has been like on TV for a few years now. I've been catching almost every season. 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days, 90 Day Fiancé, 90 Day Fiancé the other way. I watched all those shows, and on every time there's a black person on there, a black man specifically, those relationships fail on the fucking TV show. I mean, they don't even make it to like Where Are They Now, or all that. Like, the shit fail. Like, there is no couple on there, no black or interracial couple that has actually made it past the 90 days. But supposedly this is the best option for black men. Like, y'all constantly show the other races how much y'all hate your women when y'all do this shit.
The reason why you watch and catch every single show that has to do with a black man on 90 Day Fiancé, which is satire, which is not absolutely true, and women fall for this propaganda every day and don't do any research, is because you care too much about these dudes that don't care about you. That's the problem. The reason why you catch all those shows is because you are obsessed with black men. Yet you just expressed twice that you have a man of your own. So if you have a man of your own that's making you work, and you're complaining about not being able to make ends meet and him not, bringing enough dough in the South, and you still complaining and sitting at the spot that you're in, it sounds to me that you're obsessed because you can't get a better guy. So you can watch 90 Day Fiancé, get brainwashed, get upset, and get mad that men of your, I guess, lineage or color, ethnicity are going overseas. But what are you doing about it? Nothing but complaining when you have your own man at home. It's like these women, they just want to be upset and triggered just by anything that dudes do because they can't get their own situation in check. It's crazy.
And then the main ones that be on this Manosphere stuff are factory workers, and they have the audacity to talk shit about black women. To talk mad motherfucking shit. They have the motherfucking audacity to talk shit about black women while making less than $30K a year. Nothing but factory workers in these Kevin Samuels groups talking shit about black women. And these foreign guys, all these other races laugh, and they laugh at us, and they see how much the black man hate the black woman. Okay?
No, they're laughing at you. They're not laughing at us. They're laughing at you, like you said, which is correct, because they see exactly what black men have to go through, and they see why they're coming over and dealing with the women of their ethnic group. That's why they're laughing. They're not laughing because of how they're treating you. They're laughing because they're like, damn, look at all the shit these guys have to put up with. No wonder they're dating white girls. No wonder when they get drafted in the NFL, you see them with white women. No wonder when they get drafted in the NBA, they're with a white chick or a Hispanic woman or a woman of a different ethnic group. But they're not with a Sharkeisha like you. And that's the problem. And that, because he's making $30K. These are all factory workers. Kevin Samuels, most guys that watch Kevin Samuels, those guys are well off. They're making well into the six-figure mark or at the six-figure mark. And they've improved since he's passed away. So you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Last thing is the women overseas, that $30K that you're trying to talk shit about and that $40K, that factory job or whatever, women overseas, they don't give a damn. That's good enough for them. That's exactly why guys are going overseas. But you're too stuck and brainwashed by the propaganda and the nonsense, the satire of 90 Day Fiancé. So keep being brainwashed because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's always a better option for a guy to go overseas because a guy doesn't have to push and pull as much as he has to for a woman who's 15 to 20 times worse than the women of the past.
Like, y'all can date out all you want, but you don't have to talk all this shit about black women and claim that black women don't have any options, that we're too masculine or whatever, because I know a lot of guys, Latina guys, white guys that will date a bigger black woman, okay?
Okay, then show me them. Where are they? Find one. I challenge you to find one of those guys that's dating a bigger, chunkier, like larger than life black woman that is Hispanic or something like. I dare you. I defy you to find that person or those people. And I bet you that guy probably looks ridiculous. He has probably as big as a house, just like that woman. There's no guy that you're thinking in your head that's attractive that's dealing with those women. If black men aren't even dealing with y'all, what the hell makes you think that another ethnic group is going to deal with y'all? They see what's going on, and their women look better. So why in the hell would they take crumbs when they can get the whole wedding cake? It doesn't make any sense. This woman is just babbling. She's making no sense. She's making herself look ridiculous, and she's looking around trying to fetch and catch anything that she can say as an insult, because apparently black men have been talking shit about, black women. But black women have been running their mouth just like you in this video the whole time. But when you start seeing dudes check you, you don't like it. So guys, you know to get your passport. You know if you want to rub it in their face, make a video about it. Post a video about it. Like, they're just going to get more and more teed off, and we're just going to continue to laugh at them because they really think that we're getting laughed at, but we're actually laughing at them because we're having a better time overseas.
Like, black women have options. It's just black women still believe in racial loyalty when y'all loyalty has left the building. The loyalty that black men had left in 1965. Okay, when so after civil rights and integration, racial loyalty went out the window. Okay, like, there is no racial loyalty with the black man. So why should there be racial loyalty when it comes to black women? Why should there be?
Because you don't have a choice. Let's be totally honest. And what you're saying is absolutely incorrect. If you look up the stats, black women and black men are married at a high clip opposed to interracial dating. Black men are married to black women. So you're just babbling and making no type of sense at all. There's no logical backing to anything that you're saying. And to sit up and say that Black women have options. Yeah, you have dick options from black men and probably other races of dudes, but are dudes gonna get down on one knee and propose to you? No, they're not. So you really don't have the options, because if you did, you'd be the ones going overseas. But for some reason, you guys are glued and stuck to black men and care what black men do because you feel like you own us, but you do not. I'm sorry, you do not, and you never have. So you can sit up here and say, oh, they hate us and they don't like us, and it's not that. The thing is, if men have changed since this supposed 1965, like you said, if men have actually changed directions, it's because the women have gotten worse since 1965.
That's the problem. That is the motherfucking problem. Y'all need to stop getting on camera crying about these passport bro losers. Seriously.
The problem is, when nobody wants these women and they see that a man is able to go ahead and grab other women, because men don't discriminate. Women statistically marry black men, are actually married to black men statistically, and they prefer black men. Men, we typically don't have a preference. Are there some men that prefer black women only? Yes, but a majority of men, they're not as choosy and picky when it comes to racial, ethnicity, and background in women. We just aren't. Never have, never will be. But that's the thing. These women are upset because men, they're voicing their opinions and they don't like it because women are so used to saying whatever they want to say on these devices that were created by men. And guys are starting to go overseas and leave them out. And why do they care so much? Are these guys screwing you? No. But you care so much and you say you have your own man. And that's the thing. You're struggling with your own man and you're talking crap about guys who go overseas and they don't want to pick basket weave wearing women like yourself. And that is the issue. But guys, I mean, this is why you should continue to do what I've been saying for the last 4 years and what everybody's been saying on these platforms. These guys that get it, they're outside of the matrix, is to get your passport and go overseas because it's your best shot. But women like this, they think that a man is supposed to just sit up here and tolerate this nonsense. Like a man should not have options. And that just goes to show you that these women have had this supremacy complex, like they've had their thumbs on black men and other men in general for so long. But no, you got the freedom, guys. You guys can get out there, get your passport. That's the most powerful thing that's happening right now. And she can talk all this mess about money and finances, but the thing is that $50,000 that you're complaining about, that other woman overseas will not complain about. She won't be stuck in consumerism. She won't be stuck with trying to keep up with the Joneses and whatever social media has brainwashed her to believe. So it's just a better bet. You get less of a headache. You don't get a woman like her talking and cursing like a pirate in your ear, and then you got to lay next to that woman wearing a hair on top of her real hair, and then sometimes she throws a hat on top of that shit. Like, what the hell? You don't have to deal with that. Get your passport. This is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, man, we're going to keep pumping out these videos every time I catch these women talking crap. You know I got y'all back. It's Bountyville. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys sub, like the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. And get that passport.
If one of us eat, then we all ball. Sip coladas out in Cancun. Please stop praying for my downfall. It ain't coming no time soon. From the concrete, a little bitty rose grew.